Yeah, so welcome, y'all, to the May 17th, 2022 SDR General Meeting. This is officially the first meeting of the summer. There are no slides today or anything to share, so it's just going to be me giving y'all some updates and some things I wanted to talk about. Maybe we'll have some updates next week. Maybe now over the summer we can have slides every other week rather than having them every single week. This is not that much work, especially since many of you are going to be going away to internships, full-time jobs, or if you're going back home and you don't live in Houston, then it's going to be a lot more difficult for you, and especially if you're a sub-team lead, to get all those things done. So we'll see how the format goes throughout the summer. Or at least while Gustavo and I are the leads. Once Ravi and Joe take over, they can do what they think is best. But with that being said, I guess the first thing I wanted to update you all about is the tech report. So the tech report, if you don't know, is basically the report where you talk about everything that we did for Zenith. That includes all design decisions, manufacturing, analysis, testing, and all that stuff go into one single report. And you kind of talk about how just a tiny bit of how you came up with the idea, what the actual like dimensions and stuff are of the rocket and every single subsystem. And then you talk about how you analyzed it, how you evaluated everything. And so that was the report. If you haven't, I don't know if I sent it in the general chat. I should have. If I haven't, I do apologize. But the tech report was over 150 pages long. Keep in mind that over half of those pages were like pre-flight checklists and all the other progress reports. But it's a good report, I think, after looking at it and all the things that we did. It's a good report. Definitely we can make a lot of improvements for next year to make it even better. But the one thing that I will say that we have in this year's report that we've never had before is just how much validation we did and how much thought we put into our design decisions when it comes to like screw calculators, all the calculators that Recovery made, the FEAs, the CFDs, all those things have never really been a part of the team, and we've never really done it before. But this year we did, and I think the judges and all other engineers, alumni, professors that take a look at the report will be really, really, really happy with seeing with that. But give it a read. Let us know what you think. And yeah, that's it for that. Along with the tech report, there were a few other documents that had to be submitted. They were submitted Friday. It was a very, very stressful last few hours when we were in the architecture building, just trying to complete everything. You all should have seen us. I don't think I've ever been more stressed in my life, especially since the day after I had graduation. I had to be up at like 5:30 a.m. in the morning. But we got it done, and that's great. I guess another recap is that same day, Saturday, we went to Hearn, a few of us, and we were able to get our L1 certifications, or at least a little over half of us who went did. If I forget your name, please let me know. But I'm pretty sure the people who were able to get the rockets certified were Ravi, Izzy, Celine. Hold up, give me a second. Give me a second. Man, this is so bad. I should have had it written down. But Brandon, Raj, Sam, and Ali. So that's a few of us who got certified. The rest of us will try again very, very soon. But it was very fun, definitely because of graduation, the tech report, and everything else. We weren't able to get there earlier in the morning, and like set up and be able to work under less stressful circumstances. But maybe next year, this is one of the first things we do is just trying to see if we can get a bunch of L1s together and schedule them between like a whole month where people go to Hearn and get the L1 certs. But yeah, that's that. And special thanks to Goose for coming up with that kit. I think that kit came up so clutch. That kit is amazing. I know some of the Triple E folks were um, not as happy because they want us to come up with a very or more complicated one. But the truth is that with our situation, we're not able to, and also we don't have as much money as they think we probably do. Um, but nonetheless, thank you, Goose, and everyone that showed up and got their ones. Um, next thing is just a little bit about the summer, and I think I briefly touched on this a few minutes ago, and that's the meetings, right? So how are the meetings gonna work? So since Zenith still needs a good amount of work to be done, um, we still want to have our general meetings on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. I don't expect these to be as long or need as much work as the other ones did. It'll probably just be me giving updates and then some other leads, just giving a few sentences, small updates. Maybe you'd want to share an image or things like that. It'll be more relaxed, more of like a discussion than an actual meeting. And then that goes the same thing with the sub-team leads meetings. I think I will leave it on the sub-team lead to make that decision. I still encourage y'all to meet or send out update messages as much as you can. I know some of y'all have more work to do than others. And with labs, I think since nobody has classes anymore, it is possible for y'all to just communicate between each other and make that decision on when you will be at the lab. Since schedules probably changed now if you're working or something else. And then once, as I said, once Robbie and Joe take over, then they'll be able to handle all that and update y'all on all those things. And then obviously when the fall begins, then they have a general idea of what they're going to be doing. It's going to be a lot different, and it's going to be new, and it's going to be interesting. It's going to be super fun. And so I just encourage anyone who's watching this video or listening right now is just stick with us. Stick at least with just looking at the general chat and seeing what we're up to, the things we're going to be doing next year. Hopefully, with competition this year and when the FRR ends, we have a lot more support from a lot of people with more power than us to be able to help us out and get to, to even a better spot than we have been before. But yeah, so what's left as far as Zenith goes? So obviously completing the MLA. I know that Haley wants to complete the BOTEL and then a couple other things by the end of the week. That way, Monday we can take all those parts and actually send them to IA coding so they can get the paint scheme going. I know the avionics tray still has to be printed and set up. Rod said he wants that done before the end of the week, so that could also go with IA coatings. Well, not the tray itself, but make sure we can do that before we send anything else. Testing, there's still a couple of tests we want to run. The paint, as I mentioned, and then finally dry runs. The dry runs are basically just us trying to assemble the rocket and just time ourselves, make sure we know everything that we're doing and we don't make any mistakes. Like sometimes we did last year with Oberon. Shout out to Robbie and Lowe's for helping assemble the MMM. It was upside down at launch. That was really embarrassing, but that's stuff we want to avoid doing with Zenith. So that's that. Now, a couple of you have mentioned this and reached out to me, and it was regarding the sub-team leads for next year. With everything going on, we were not able to make final decisions, even though we already do have people in mind. We still want to talk with Robbie and Joe as to, hey, is this what y'all want? Is this something you'll be okay with? This person running the sub-team? And then updating the bylaws too. I think, I don't know if some of you know how SCR and AIAA works, but under AIAA, we have the Space City Rocketry bylaws. It's basically just a document telling us about what each position is, what they do, those things. So Haley just message me, and then Goose and I, Joe and Robbie can all meet up, talk together and see what changes we're gonna make for next year. But no date yet as far as the sub-team leagues go. For sure, by competition, it could be officially announced. I think last year they weren't even official until like late July. But we want to get that done earlier this year. So as I said, keep an eye out for that. And now I guess more work to be done is just actually planning for competition as to like the really small details as whose car we're taking, what's going to go in each car, who's going to ride with who, and so on. So that stuff is going to be slowly happening. And I just want to do a good job so whoever's in a competition can feel very comfortable and safe as we drive or fly to spaceport. And I guess a very last thing today that I wanted to bring up is the flight readiness review. And this is, I think, the biggest, most important thing that I want to talk about, because I want to make this as big a deal as possible, because I think this will set us up for next year. And that's May 27th at 7 p.m. It will be over Zoom only, just because I don't know if it's even possible to reserve rooms. I'm pretty sure you cannot reserve rooms over the summer. But and also some of the leads will not be in person. And I remember from last year doing the hybrid thing was very confusing and complicated, especially when it comes to answering questions and all that. But I think it will still be great over Zoom. Maybe we can get a higher turnout. Maybe alumni will feel less left out, since a lot of them don't live in Houston anymore, can't make it. So May 27th is basically where we're gonna go over everything we've done over the year, but with a lot more visuals, a lot more a Q&A type of thing at the very end. I sent out the emails yesterday, letting them know of the date change, and making sure that they got the emails, because last time apparently they didn't, and almost all of them have opened those emails, and I hope they can actually attend over Zoom, and we can get some financial support and just more support from the alumni. But please just make some time that day, May 27th, 7 p.m. to attend the FRR. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Hopefully you learn a lot too. For those who are going to competition, I would also recommend, or even if you're not going, just anyone, just if you're part of the team, just pay a little more attention about of what the other sub teams are doing. Maybe you'd want to switch sub teams next year. I know we allowed that last summer, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I had today. Unless Goose, you had anything else you wanted to add, or if you had any questions or something I probably forgot.
No, I mean, for competition, I think you summed it up pretty well. It's coming up soon. We have the FRR and everything, and we just got to be prepared for that and get the rocket ready for it. And then I guess since it's the summer and everybody has maybe a little bit more time, just look into getting your L1. I mean, it's a lot of help, and I think it's going to help a lot if you have your L1 ready for next year, if you're planning on being a member. It teaches you a lot, and you get your L1, you can put that on your resume and everything. So yeah, that's all I really had to add there. But just take advantage of the time you have and enjoy your summer, guys.
Yeah, I think getting your L1 this summer is the perfect time, especially because during the year it just gets a lot more complicated and you have less time. But any other questions, comments, concerns?
Gustavo, I had a question. What time today did you say you wanted to CAD the tray? If you wanted to do it tonight or whenever?
Yeah, I was hoping to be home by around 10 tonight.
Okay.
Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine. Do you just want to call over Discord?
Yeah, that'll work.
All right,
perfect.
I'll be ready. Thanks.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, if there are no more questions or anything, I just want to thank everyone for attending or watching this recording. It's been an amazing year. If you don't plan or cannot make all the meetings. I just want to thank you for attending them and being part of this team. And I really encourage you to stay because things will just get better and better every single year. But that's it, y'all. I will see you again over, of course, Discord messages and stuff, and then the next general meeting. I hope you all really, really enjoy your summer.
Thanks, Irvin.
Thank
I
you all.
hope your summer as well. I'll be seeing a lot of you, hopefully.
Of course.
Spaceport is going to be seeing a lot of us. Oh, also Spaceport is going to be live streamed, so y'all, keep an eye out for that. Everybody will be able to be there right there with us.
All right, y'all. Later.